Hello, welcome to the latest in gaming, my gaming news show coming at you live 3 days a week until I decide to change the schedule. It is Friday, May 9th, 2025, and today's topic is there are too many damn games coming out this year, and I'm pissed about it. I am quite literally going to be broke by the end of this year. So yeah, I've got a bit of a different topic today. If you've seen the show before, welcome back. I usually cover just the latest news in the last couple of days of gaming. Last couple of days, there was some decent news, nothing like huge. Some cool Death Stranding 2 gameplays. I'm realizing now I didn't add that to my things that I have to find, so I'll do that in a minute here. Cool Death Stranding 2 gameplay. Bam Margera is officially coming to Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4, which was already announced. There's reviews, or it wasn't announced, it was like leaked or whatever. There are reviews out for Doom the Dark Ages, and it seems pretty sweet. But yeah, so I might talk about that stuff a little bit today, but mostly I'm focusing on how this year in gaming is just like stupid good. Even without GTA 6, unfortunately. So yeah, I'm going to go through biggest games so far. Gonna go through a list that's just like the rest of the year, and then I'm gonna go through like some of my personal favorites, and then a couple like shout outs that are really big but I might not be as interested, or I'm a little interested but it's not confirmed to come out this year, stuff like that. So first things first, I'm the realist. Second thing, I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna find Death Stranding here really quick. I'm just gonna get up a trailer. Add it to my list here. How did I must have deleted it because it was. I'm gonna bring up the IGN article so I can kind of go over that news as I talk about it. Because they played it for 30 hours. GS2, perfect. Okay. So the first thing I want to dive into is probably the game so far. And that would be, okay, here we go. I've got this list here. Oh, I forgot to record this. Shit. Just for clippable reasons, I'm going to go through that all again super quickly. So today's topic is going through the top games, or sorry, the biggest releases this year. In terms of like mostly my favorite stuff, what's been released so far, and yeah, I'll just get through it. So let's go into this here. Oops. Perfect. Okay, so in terms of games so far, I'm just gonna kind of scroll through this. So this is Darren Bonthite. I don't know how to say that, but it was updated today. So lucky me, I guess. Split Fiction. That yeah, I have no idea how long this stream's gonna take me, but whatever. And let me know what games you guys are excited to play this year. Split Fiction 2. This is one I definitely do want to get to at some point. I got most of the way through It Takes Two, and loved that game. A lot of fun. But and this one just kind of looks like an improvement on that from what I've seen. The reviews are great. Huge game this year. Like last game won Game of the Year that year. So and this one, like I can't imagine that's gonna happen again this year. But at the same time, it could. So it's like already a potential Game of the Year winner is like out, and like people aren't even talking about it that much. That's how big the releases are this year. Blue Prince is one I'm hearing a lot about. I played a little bit of it, but I guess I haven't really gotten to that part where it like sticks, you know? Because it was free on like the PlayStation Plus tier that I have. But it was really cool what I did play, and I'm hearing like everybody's saying like, "Oh, this is a 10 out of 10, must play." Don't know this one. Hearing good things about Clair Obscur, also not my game. Oh yeah, a lot of stuff about Kingdom Come Deliverance too. I don't know anything about this game really. I've seen like a little bit of gameplay. I like It seems very like a immersive sim kind of thing. I don't know. But I don't know. It's exciting. Lost Records, don't know. Assassin's Creed Shadows. That's one where like I've seen very different opinions on. Personally, it looks like something that I'd be very interested in. I don't really care for the story, but I love a good stealth game. I love Japan. I love Ghost of Tsushima. So, spoilers for later. Gonna talk about Ghost of Yotei. Um, so it looks really cool and just like a giant Japan ninja game. Like, sounds fucking epic. So this is one I'm hoping to get to at some point. Hopefully before I get to Ghost of Yotei, because I feel like if I play this after Ghost of Yotei, that's gonna be like, not as good. Doom: The Dark Ages. Talk more about this. I'll get to it later because I have like more stuff on it, trailers and stuff. Oblivion. This is one I'm playing right now, live streaming it. Tune in. I'll probably stream it later today, actually. Very exciting one. Looks great. Cannot wait to finish it. What am I saying? Yeah, Oblivion. They really nailed this remaster. I like that they just shadow dropped it too. I guess it was a terrible, like it was leaked to hell, so everybody knew it was coming out, but it was a cool. Is this shit? Should I move my I might move myself over here for now. Yeah, hopefully that looks fine. Perfect. Okay. But yeah, no, I'm really enjoying Oblivion. So tune in to the streams. They're very entertaining. Not just saying that. Don't know this one. This is like another like Souls-like game, but I don't know much about it. Monster Hunter. Huge game this year. Like, these are just the games I've talked about so far, and like there was, in terms of like potential game of the years, Blueprints, Monster Hunter, and Split Fiction. Like 3 bangers right off the go. Not even halfway through the year yet, but the second half of the year is clearly like so much better. Haven't played Civ 7. Don't really know much about it. South of Midnight was one, not quite as popular, but a cool Xbox release. I'll say that. Is that everything? Yeah. That's I think everything I wanted to talk about for games so far. I definitely missed some things. So if you have a game that you think I missed, and it's sorry, get distracted sometimes. I'm still bad at this streaming thing. If you have a game that you think I missed, let me know in the comments or the chat or whatever. You know what? I'm gonna do my intro again because I forgot to record it. There's nobody watching right now because I'll probably use it for a clip that I'm thinking I'll make later. So, hello and welcome to the latest in gaming. My gaming news show coming at you live 3 days a week until I decide to change the schedule. It's currently Friday, May 9th, and today's topic. It is currently Friday, May 9th, 2025, and today's topic is there are too many games coming out this year, and I'm pissed about it. I'm quite literally going to be broke after all these games are out. Oh, and I forgot to mention earlier, I'm not really going to mention the whole tariffs, games raising prices and stuff, because that shit sucks, and like it's been talked about to death. Like I've talked about it before. It sucks. So instead, I'm just going to talk about all the games that none of us are going to be able to afford. What's this? Okay, yeah. So this is maybe I'll kind of come back to this list if I'm looking for stuff later, but let's just go right into Doom: The Dark Ages because there's reviews coming out for it now. I don't think it comes out for another couple of days officially, but maybe some like I think like Xbox insiders are like if you pre-ordered the game you can get it now or something like that. So let's see, has there been any update? 86 went from 84 to 86, pretty good. Oh, sorry. Let me shit. Sorry. There we go. Oh no. No. Okay. Webcam. There we go. Look at that. Perfect. Perfect schmerfect. So this game looks sick. Generally getting really good reviews. I did watch most of the review later, just or earlier, just kind of in the background while I was gathering this stuff. What I'm seeing is it's a little slower than the previous games, which some might like, because I heard some people didn't really like Doom Eternal because it was very like action platformy, and they would have preferred like a basic like shooter experience, which I kind of agree with in some ways. I did recently replay Doom 2016, but I didn't play Doom Eternal again. However, it's let me just actually, this is the launch trailer, so I'm just gonna have it on in the background while I talk. Oh, now I'm distracted by the trailer. Should I throw the sound on? Oh, yeah. Why don't we watch some of this? Oh, is it not? I'm very excited for the Shield gameplay. Yes, this is one that just came out, but I'm not sure I'm gonna get it right away. I'll definitely play it eventually.
Impact confirmed. The Slayer has been activated.
Boom. Look at that. God. Jeez, maybe I will have to get it. This is hyping me up. The time is now. Launch the Slayer. God. But yeah, May 15th. Like, doesn't that just look... It looks impeccable. It looks extraordinary. No, but I cannot wait for this game. No, what? Man, sometimes I just say things. Okay, so this is one that I probably won't be picking up on release, unfortunately. However, it's just mainly just due because all the other great games I'm a little slightly more excited for. And there's a console coming out next month that I plan to get, so. But no, it looks really good. What I'm seeing is it's more open compared to the last games. Like there were, like a linear level in this. You kind of dropped in like a big battleground. There's like it's just a huge amount of enemies that probably or maybe wouldn't have been possible on like, PS4, Xbox One. So yeah, quite exciting to see. I think I'll move on to the next thing that I'm excited for. I'm pretty sure Elden Ring Night Rain comes out next if we go in like timeline wise. However, I'm not personally probably gonna play that one. But what I will be playing is boom, Nintendo Switch 2. So let me just oops. Is this this is the first look trailer. No, we don't need the first look trailer. I'll do the impression or the overview trailer, yeah. So love or hate Nintendo, the Switch 1 kind of killed it, and there was some amazing games on it. And now they got the Switch 2, and they know what they have to do, and a lot of people are kind of upset because it's clearly like a more iterative console than like a what's it called, iteration or innovation. Yeah, it's clearly a lot more innovative, or the first one compared to innovation. Oh my god, sometimes I can't talk. But that's honestly exactly what I wanted. So the last time they did this was with the Wii U, right? Or which came first, the Wii or the 3DS? I think the 3DS came first. But the last time they did this was with the Wii U, and it was a huge failure. However, I mean, obviously this one's going to do better than the Wii U because everybody still wants a Switch. And why I think, among the many things of why the Wii U failed, was the lack of like want for people to continue the Wii craze, because there was a huge craze when the Wii first came out of like the motion controls, and then everybody kind of copied them, and the Xbox Connect, you had the PlayStation Move, a lot of other things as well. However, that got old really quick, and then people kind of realized like, hey, we still prefer the controller. Like everybody had their fun with Wii Sports, but then it's not great for a lot of games, like especially like that sideways Wiimote. That sucks. So, like playing New Super Mario Bros. Like for the Wii, it's just having to do sideways, or like Smash Bros. Like that, or Mario Kart, like tilt controls. Like it's fine, but it's not the preferred way to do it. What was so great about the Switch is it was incredibly innovative, but it wasn't really a gimmick. It's more so a convenience. It's just taking your home console games on the go. It's not, it's not a second screen experience to kind of, it's not like a differentiating experience compared to other consoles, really. Like there is some things different. It does still have motion controls. Now this one's going to have mouse controls. It does still have touchscreen, HD Rumble. It had the weird sensor thing in the back of the right Joy-Con. Like, it still has amiibo support. Like, a lot of things. It still has, obviously, motion controls. But in its most basic form, it is just a console for playing video games. And they nailed it. And that's what people wanted. And they're clearly gonna stick with that. I could even see them potentially doing a Switch 3 in the future, to be honest, because like this is just what, like, it makes sense because they're still being innovative. They're still doing touch controls, or sorry, motion controls and stuff, but they're just providing people with the game experience. And especially now that the Switch 2 is using like DLSS, like the AI upscaling basically to make it look better. So it'll be a lot closer to like other consoles. I might like just kind of. No, I'm not gonna do that. So that's exciting, in my opinion. I'm quite excited for the Switch 2, and it makes sense. They just like and with the Wii, everybody copied them. They had, as I said, the Connect and stuff, and again, this was more successful than the Wii. People are copying them again. Albeit it took a lot longer this time. There was the Steam Deck. Now, Xbox is presumed to be making a handheld, I believe. I think they've announced it, but it hasn't been like shown. There's all the other PC handhelds, PlayStation Portal, and I think there was rumors of a PlayStation like official handheld as well, like a native one. So it's like everybody's copying them again, but now they're only finally getting to the punch now, like 8 years later, and it's the perfect time for Nintendo to be like, guess what? You guys are doing this. We've got 8 years of experience with this thing that's a huge success, and we're gonna fucking beat your own ass before you can release it, your thing. So now, like, honestly, it's genius in my opinion, but it's also the most obvious thing. And yeah, I definitely think the Switch 2 is going to sell extremely well. Maybe not as well as the first, but I think it's going to be really successful. I could definitely see like tariffs and increased game prices affecting sales a lot, but I think they're still going to make a lot of fucking money. So that's awesome. Oh yeah, I've got like the site here. I don't think available June 5th. Mario Kart World, Donkey Kong Bonanza. Oh yeah, I don't have the Dust Bloods here. I don't think that's set for this year actually, so that's fine. Now the next game I want to talk about. What the heck? Mario Kart World. This, I would say, this is probably my most hyped game of the year. Like it's hard. I think it will. I think this will coming out of the year. This will definitely be my most played game. I would imagine it would be unlikely for it to be anything else. If it was anything else, maybe Minecraft or like Fortnite. Like it would just have to be one of those games that I've been picking up for years. But no, Mario Kart is easily, not easily, but it is my most hyped game of the year. Like it's gonna be so much fun. I hope. There's a chance that it kind of sucks, but like, what are the odds? Just this interconnected, like it's everything. As a lifelong Mario Kart fan, this is like everything. This is a dream game that you like could imagine as a kid, but it's real. Um, I love all the side characters. It's so like so many funny ones. Like I'm definitely gonna be maining like the Monty Mole or like some Goomba or some dumbass character like that. um, Burn Rubber and he did 24 driver races. Yeah, the 24 drivers. There's new items. Like it's a very big change from the last one. Oh, you know what? One thing I'm so excited about. Um, Obviously the open world is more on the open world later. But is that one mode? What's it called? They have it here somewhere. I'm gonna turn my volume down a bit here. Oops. Yeah, I'll probably turn this up a little bit here.
On the Nintendo Switch 2 system. Welcome to this vast world. Atmosphere will change.
The costume changes. Look at the light. Like, you can tell, like, it's obviously not as graphically impressive as, like, a PlayStation game or something like that. Like, it does look like a Nintendo Switch game, but just, like, instead of upping the graphics, they're upping what it can do, which honestly I think is a great idea. Although the graphics definitely will look a little better than the Switch, but not like outstandingly better. And I'm okay with that because Nintendo games don't look amazing in a fidelity way, but they look amazing in a graphical, like in a artistic way. You know what I mean? But look at all these stupid characters. It's so much fun. The thing I'm most excited for to play is Knockout Tour. That looks so much fun. Like I was listening to some impressions of this game, and he said it's like a 15-20 minute race, and it's like you're only seeing new things constantly. Isn't that just like such a fun idea? Oh my god. Like don't know how much I should say about this, but me and my buddy have like a drunk Mario Kart trophy. I'll show you. So yeah, I just have it there at all times. As you can see, I have it right now. And basically, the two of us grew up with Mario Kart Wii, and we loved that game. So we still, sometimes when we're hanging out, we'll play a couple games of drunk Mario Kart, which if you don't know, you probably do. But classic drinking game where you try to drink an entire drink within one race, and you can't drink and drive at the same time. But like I'm just trying to imagine like a Knockout Tour version of this where we like it's like four different like a 15-minute race, so we could do like 2 or 3 drinks in one race. Like it'd just be, I don't know, it seems like so much fun to me. And of course the free roam. One thing I'm a little worried about, so they have these P switches, just showed it right there, P switches, and that's gonna be like the main like reason to explore the open world, where you just like do a P switch, then you collect some coins, or like you do a task, which it's a little concerning to me. I was hoping there'd be like some kind of story like even just a very basic one, and it doesn't seem like that's the case. Maybe it'll be like a surprise, but yeah. But that's probably my biggest disappointment so far about this game, but I could be wrong about that. And that's coming out in less than a month on June 5th. Oh my god. I will be streaming the hell out of that game when it comes out, probably. Next up, this actually, if Mario Kart's a disappointment and it's not my biggest play game of the year, this probably will be Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4. Now, I was one of the first 100 or so people in the world to platinum Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1+2, because it has a fucking stupid platinum. So this, as a kid, I grew up with Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 on the GameCube, and that was like one of my favorite games ever. I played the shit out of that game. I loved unlocking all the characters. I remember when I found out about cheat codes in the game, and then I got like Darth Maul and Wolverine and stuff, because I was never like amazing at it when I was young, so it was really hard for me to like win the hardest competitions and stuff. But yeah, and then like doing cheats like the moon gravity and stuff, like I've got so many good memories with this game. And then I remember they announced 1+2, years ago, and I was like, oh yes, like this is so exciting, because I've never played those games before, and now this is going to be like the new best way to play them. And obviously, I was like, well, they're doing 1+2, maybe they'll do 3+4, and then, sorry, I'm gonna have to go for a second actually. BRB. Sorry about that. I am back. Okay. So what was I saying? So Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1+2 got announced. That was released. I played the absolute shit out of it. I think it released in the summer, like this one. Yeah, I remember, because it was like, no, it was September. And I had platinumed it, I think before, it was September 2020. I platinumed it before the PS5 came out, which doesn't sound that impressive, but it is, because fucking that game, it has a really good platinum up until the very last trophy. Like there's some really challenging ones, but then the worst one isn't even hard. It's just, oh my god, sorry, just a minute. I'm back again. Apologies. Right, just I've been having some delays, some intrusions. Okay, so I was talking about Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1+2 Platinum being stupid. Had to get level 100. Like, basically, you could do everything in the game and not get to level 100. I had to, like, find a cheap, shitty way to do it online, and I basically... I was in, like, my university was online at the time because it was 2020. I was in classes, and I was just... I had my laptop here, and I had my laptop here, and I had my TV, like, right to the side, and obviously I didn't have my camera on, and I was just, like, because I could do it without even really thinking. But no, it was stupid platinum for 1+2. So I hope it's not like that for this game. But Tony Hawk's 3 was the one that I played growing up so much. I'll just have this playing here in the background. I never played 4. I heard a lot of good things about it, so I'm excited to finally play those levels. But mostly excited just to get back into 3 and like make my own skater and just see all the new music and stuff. Like, that's gonna be so much fun. Definitely one of my most hyped games this year, easily. But what was the next game here? Yes. Oops. Donkey Kong Bonanza. So this is one I'm actually a little like iffy on. Like, it looks interesting. A lot of people are thinking that it's made by the same team that made Mario Odyssey, so obviously it's likely going to be really freaking good if the Mario Odyssey team made it. However, personally, I would prefer a 3D Mario. We'll probably still get that eventually, but the thing is with this, it's just this seems to be more like a fun, destructive game, which could be cool. Like, I bet there'll be some maybe like fun kind of combat to do with that. But like, that being the whole premise for the game, just, I don't know, it could be super interesting, but to me, I would just much prefer a 3D platformer, like a traditional Mario 3D platformer. And I think we'll still get that in like the next couple of years. But yeah, this was a little disappointing for me. But I think I'll still play it probably. I plan to stream it, so, but I guess we'll see. I think that's all actually, honestly, I really had to say about this. When does this come out actually? Does it have a date? Yes. July 17th. So this is a little bit before or a little bit after Tony Hawk, I think. Oh, but before this game is Death Stranding 2. Oh, so I think I'll read through a bit of this article here because some news just came out about it today. I know I listened to a podcast and I am now very excited for this game. TLDR is basically, it's very Metal Gear Solid 5 coded. Did I say that right? In what seems like the best ways, because if you've played Death Stranding 1, probably my least favorite part about that game was probably the combat. It sucked, and I guess they completely rehauled it in this one, and it's not like it's a huge, like, completely different game than the first one. It's still very much the same. Like, it's an iteration on it, but in the best way, from what I'm seeing. So I'll read through a bit of this here. This is from Koji Fukuyama at IGN. We played 30 hours of Death Stranding 2 on the beach. New enemies, new world, new connections. 2019's Death Stranding transcended the framework of ordinary video games by metaphorically depicting cosmology and even anthropology through the act of delivery. It was a game that challenged the idea of human connection. Let me skip past this. Death Stranding 2 can be seen as an attempt to take the premises of the first game to the next level while taking the player on a journey across the border of the UCA, United Cities of America. Its symbolic depiction of connection feels more dynamic yet less certain than its predecessor. What questions will the new journey of legendary deliverer Sam Porter Bridges bring, and how will they be answered? One thing about this game is the first one was very, like, kind of American, set in America. It was about connecting America. This one's supposed to be the world. So apparently it starts in Mexico, but at least for the first like 30 hours of the game, it's in Australia, which is cool. And obviously it's not like fully exactly the same as how Australia looks. Neither was the first game with America, but it's interesting anyway. New beginning. The first game, Sam reconstruct a connection between people while uncovering the truth behind Death Stranding, mysterious phenomenon that caused disconnection between cities through Sam's journey of delivering supplies. Players experienced movement in a way video games had not offered before, with the story gradually unfolds in view on life, death, and cosmological visions. So with the first game, I liked that game a lot. It was one of those games that I could kind of just dip back into every once in a while. I did not give a shit about the story, and I probably won't again for this one, but it was very therapeutic, just like walking to different things. Definitely had a lot of problems, which I'm excited for them to fix in this one, but hearing that it's very Metal Gear Solid inspired is so fascinating to me, because MGS5 is another one of the, it's like I basically treat it the same way as I do Death Stranding. I dip back in all the time, never finish the story, don't care about it. It's the only Metal Gear game I've played. But just a minute, I might let my dog in here. Be right back. What did I miss? Good girl. Here, Missy. Say hi. This is Missy. So yeah, Metal Gear Solid 5, the combat and the stealth in that game, so much fun. It's so, I can't even explain. Just, it feels so nice to control. So I'm really hoping I enjoy this game similarly. What's new here? Did the trailer say too much? Yeah, but this game comes out in June, I think. Yeah, June 26th. So it's another one I'm quite excited for, but I think I'll move on to the next one, which is, Metroid Prime 4. So this one doesn't have a release date yet. Oops. And as someone that hasn't really played much Metroid, I've played, I think, a couple hours of the Switch remaster. I've been meaning to get back to it for a while, but it's kind of like I want to play 2 and 3, so I don't know what I'm going to do. Like, I'd love to play all the story up until 4, so hopefully Nintendo gives me an option to do that legally, but I might, find another way. But no, like, everything I hear about this game is fascinating, and just knowing that, like, 4K 60, 120 FPS on handheld mode, like, oh my god, that is gonna be crisp. I don't know if I've watched like a 120 FPS like screen ever. I probably have at some point, but like, I wonder, like, because seeing the difference between 30 and 60 is so clearly evident. So I wonder if it's really gonna be like, is 120 really that as much of a stretch as 30 to 60? I personally don't really know, but I'm excited to find out. This one I don't think, no, this one is just set for this year with no actual release date as of yet, but it's cool to see anyway. Next up, this is definitely my top 3, I think, for this year. Be like Mario Kart, Tony Hawk, Ghost of Yotei. Ghost of Tsushima, easily one of the best PS4 games, in my opinion. I played the shit out of that game. I think I actually missed it on launch because it came out shortly after, it came out shortly after Last of Us Part 2, and I loved the first Last of Us game, and I don't regret getting Last of Us Part 2. That was a lot of fun. but I skipped it for the first summer, and I think I got it. Like I got the PS5 on launch, and I played through Miles Morales pretty quick. So then I switched over and played this game because it was on sale, Ghost of Tsushima. And oh my god, I just lived in that game for like December of 2020. I was a samurai. And well, I love that game. There was definitely some problems with it. Like it felt to when you got to a certain point, it would feel like kind of an Assassin's Creed, like kind of checklisty. Just do the next thing, do the next thing, do the next thing. I was like constantly being pulled. I loved the if you've played it, you'll run into like birds and foxes in the game that'll kind of lead you to something interesting, which is just a genius mechanic. However, in execution, with the size of the world they did, everything was so tightly packed together that it was just not ideal, to be honest. And yeah, so I kind of hoping this one is actually more like empty or just like a bigger world with like the same amount of stuff, so that I'm not constantly being pulled in different directions constantly. And just more stuff is always fun, usually. The story in this game looks great. It's a little more non-linear, which I guess we'll see. What was so smart about the first game is they literally had it like it was a movie. It had 3 acts with three sections to the map that you would unlock throughout the 3 acts. And so I'll be interested to see how they do it this time. Yeah, just another one that's like, fuck. This is coming October 2nd, I think. Which can't come soon enough, to be honest. Oh yeah, there's Borderlands also set for September, but I did not write that one down. I haven't played any of the Borderlands games, so I'm personally not super excited for that. But I should have talked about this after I talked about Death Stranding. Metal Gear Solid Delta. This is another one of those ones where I'm quite excited for because of my love for Metal Gear Solid 5. That game is so fluid in its movement and its like openness, and this one definitely seems more linear, but I hope that the sneaking through enemy camps and stuff like that is still very very fun in the same way that it is in MGS5. I guess we'll see. But I'm excited for like the stupid story. Like it seems very Rambo 2, I think is the movie where he goes to like Vietnam. It seems very Rambo 2 inspired, but with like an insane Kojima ass story. Which is exciting but worrying at the same time. So I'm not 100% sure I'm going to love this game, but I kind of think I will. And then maybe I'll get inspired to play the Metal Gear Collection and actually play the old ones. This comes out, I think, August 28th. So end of summer. Good time slot, but like, well, okay, let me think here. There was, so just we just had Doom the Dark Ages. In a couple weeks we got Elden Ring Night Rain. Then the Switch with like a bunch of ports from other consoles. Then we got Mario Kart World that same day. And that's going to be maybe one of the biggest games of the year. Definitely one of the biggest games of the year. And then shortly after, we got Death Stranding 2, which is going to be big. Tony Hawk, Donkey Kong. This is still the summer. A bit of a break, or maybe there's something that I just don't know of. A bit of a break, and then Metal Gear. And then you get into September, Borderlands, Ghost of Yotei. Like, it's just insane. And we got some more shout-outs here. This is Hades 2 is set to officially release this year, although it's been in early access since last year, I think. I'm kind of actually just kind of starting to get into Hades now, and I'm freaking loving it. So I don't know if I'm going to keep playing this one and just like play the shit out of it and then play this when it comes out, or if I'll just kind of quit where I'm at now and then just pick up this game. Because is it more of like an iterative, like, iterative, like this is just like a better version of that game, or is it more of like completely different experience, you should play both. I don't know. Maybe I'll kind of look into that. But this is gonna be probably this is probably another one of those like potential game of the year candidates right there. Hell is Us is one that's like a little smaller, but it looks very interesting. Like it's giving me some like Death Stranding vibes for sure, but then also, oh, hi puppy. I'm gonna have to let the dog out in a minute here. Death Stranding vibes, but at the same time, like it's like a From Software game with its combat. Here, look at this. Just beautiful landscapes, and like even like Resident Evil or like horror vibes. Like it's a bunch of different genres mixed into one. It might end up not being great in execution. It's hard to say, but at least as of right now, it's definitely one that I've got on my radar. If I end up picking it up, I don't know, but exciting for sure. Could be a sleeper head of the year. That's all I'm saying. Look at that. Whew, beautiful. Beautiful. Next up, Hollow Knight Silksong is set for release this year. Not a huge Hollow Knight guy, unfortunately, but the meme of this game coming out is pretty funny. And do we think it's gonna come out this year? That's the question. I'm thinking, yeah. I listened to one podcast where like one guy's obsessed and it's like, no, this has to be the year. I don't know. I think it probably will though. It's funny. Okay, just a second. I'll let the pup out. Outside, Missy? Come on. Yeah. So Hollow Knight Silksong, probably not one I'm gonna play at least right away. I feel like I want to play the first one first, and I don't plan to play that one anytime soon. So, but I'm excited for people that might get their hands on it this year. Another one that a lot of people have kind of forgotten about, Marvel 1943. Remember when this got announced, I think last year? It's the first Amy Hennig game, if you know who that is, that might actually release. We'll see if it does. It looks very interesting. Haven't really seen, I don't think there's gameplay. This might be the only trailer so far. I bet it'll be fun. Hopefully it's better than like that Guardians of the Galaxy game. I played a bit of that, just not a big fan of the gameplay, so I hope this one has fun gameplay. That guy's in what's that show? He's in Walking Dead, I think, right? He's like the guy that has the lion. The actor anyways. Yeah. I mean, I imagine it's going to be better than the Avengers game, which is not a very high bar, but it looks like it'll be fun. Probably like a short, fun cinematic game. I'm trying to like, what would I compare it to? Because it's definitely not gonna be like the same level as like God of War. Honestly, I might even just compare it to like the Jedi games, like Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor. Not in like the way combat wise, but just in like budget wise. See, like that 2025. I could definitely see this one not coming out this year, but at least as of now, it's set for this year. But yeah, I would definitely liken it to the Jedi games in terms of what I think it's going to be in terms of scale. How much they're going to put into it. Because it's, Disney owned, so it's going to be quite, it'll be big, but they're not going to give it the same love and same, team that would be making like a Naughty Dog or Sony Santa Monica game. Another one this year that people kind of forgot about, potential new Battlefield game this year, or like an early access this year. Just want to kind of keep an eye on, because I know the Battlefield games have been pretty, is there like gameplay? No, Battlefield games have been pretty hit or miss the last little while. I remember I played the shit out of, what was it, Battlefield 1? Yeah, it was the World War I one. That was really fun. Had a good story, quite short, but I really like it's been a while since there's been, at least that I've played, a good multiplayer game set in like a big world that's not a battle royale. I guess I've never played a extraction shooter, but like they don't really interest me. But like some sort of like a big, there's something special about a huge map with like vehicles and stuff where you can respawn when you die, and I feel like that's kind of been missing for a while, and that's what Battlefield brings to the table. And I really hope they do that well in this game. What was the last one? Battlefield 2042. Yeah, I haven't even played the last two Battlefield games, to be honest. The 5 and 2042, or is it 4? I don't know. But this one looks like it could be fun. And similarly to Battlefield, they're doing kind of the same thing with the Skate franchise. So right now it's in early access. I don't know if I can say whether or not I am participating in the playtest, but I will say that I just said that. So, assume what you will. So a lot of people aren't too happy about this game, and I can see why. The last three were, like a story-based single-player game. I think they did have multiplayer elements to it, but this one's much more of a live service, which are just like the buzzwords that everybody hates to hear these days. And you can't blame people because they've already found ways to monetize this while it's still in it's still in not even in beta yet. It's still in alpha, and they're already like microtransactioning this thing to shit, which is just really disappointing. Such an EA move. It would be great if they had just made a traditional game like they did with all the other ones. Like it would succeed, I think, but I don't know. At least we're getting something. I still think it'll be a lot of fun. Hopefully there'll be like an actual story tied to it, but I guess it won't be the full release this year. It's just going to be a what's it called? The beta, like I said earlier. But I don't know. Another one to keep an eye on, anyways. And I guess that was the last one. Elden Ring Night Rain. I talked about a little bit about earlier. Not one for me personally. Not much of a like multiplayer in this kind of way guy, although it does sound like a lot of fun, to be honest. Never fully finished Elden Ring, although that's like that's the biggest video of my channel is like an Elden Ring video, and I kind of lead it off by being like, I set out to beat this game and I never actually beat it, but I never mentioned that in the video, so it's just a little secret. But this one is this one seems very interesting. It's a cool way to do it because I know a lot of people have been asking for years for From Software to make their multiplayer better when it comes to their single player games, because I know it can be very cumbersome to play multiplayer in Elden Ring. Like you have to like farm like a material, and it's just stupid, and many people have made mods to make it better, so it's nice that they're actually gonna do it. And this is more of a roguelite mode, which I'll be honest, I love a good roguelite. So sorry, this does seem kind of like I could definitely see myself picking this up at some point if it's fun to play single player, but I don't know if that will be the case. Is there anything else, any other games maybe that I have not mentioned? If you think of any, let me know. I have a list over here. Yeah, another game I missed this year. I guess it technically released last year, but it was only this year on PlayStation. Was the Indiana Jones game? That's another one that I quite want to try at some point. And there's a lot of Switch games that are coming, games from like the PS4, PS5 generations that missed the Switch that it will be coming to Switch too, like Elden Ring. If I get the chance, I'm thinking that I might pick that up again on the Switch. Like maybe I'll kind of stream myself playing it on the Switch to see how it compares to the original, but I don't know, because it's going to be a full price game, and I can't justify that purchase, to be honest. But maybe things will change, but I can't imagine. Oh, Deltarune chapters 3 and 4. Maybe I should have a different background here. I'll just go to like this one. Yeah, Deltarune chapters 3 and 4. That'll be June 5th. I think Toby Fox plans to do 8 Deltarune games. Or not 8, sorry, 7. Because I haven't played it, but apparently the story is like each chapter is a new day. So it's going to go through like the 7 days of the week, apparently. So that's cool. I'm kind of waiting until they're all out, but I'm thinking if there's enough hype around 3 and 4, I might pick those up and do all 4 like in one go, and then wait till the next 3 are out and do the next 3. Because I did play Undertale, and that game fucking amazing. I want to replay that. Because I started one of the playthroughs where you like don't kill anything, but I never actually got to finish it. That might be all I have to say. Yeah. If I plan to stream later today, I think I'm going to keep playing Oblivion. So if you're interested, tune in for that. Loving that game so far. It's so stupid, but like so fun. I haven't met the what's his name? I put him in one of my thumbnails. The annoying guy, the adoring fan. I haven't met him yet, but I'm kind of trying to fast track my way there because he seems so stupid and fun. Oh shit, that was another thing. Okay, Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild. Definitely gonna boot those up because if you have Switch 2, if you have online with the Switch 2, you'll get those upgrades for free, I believe. And I have the 2 games already, so I'll get the upgrades for free. So they're ones I never finished. No, I finished Tears of the Kingdom, but I never got all the shrines and stuff. So I'm thinking I might stream myself doing that just to kind of compare them. Another one was the GameCube games. I was actually planning, before they announced GameCube games on Switch 2, I was planning to play the original version of Wind Waker, not even the HD version. I'm like, I just want to try it. Because I'm thinking about doing a big GameCube video. Like, this is way in the future, but I'd like to get that experience. So it's like the announcement was specifically fine-tuned for me. So lucky me, I guess, but it would be nice to get the HD version at some point. Yeah, I know. I think that's it for this stream. Tune in later if you want to see some Oblivion. Oh, look at that, almost perfectly an hour. Well, thanks for